Hello and welcome again to the living world of darkness rage across New York. The scene is set rather abruptly and rather quickly again. 'Tis a talent and 'tis a habit that I am sorely unused to. But we abruptly begin the scene in media res as Katori and Alan start to make their way out of the sept towards the apartment of one of the Black Fury kinfolk. It goes by the name of Miss Krakos. No, not the Rune. No, I said kinfolk. Right now, Alan is dressed. Actually, he's dressed completely shady. He has a big hoodie on. He has his rose-tinted glasses on. He's wearing a scarf. He's completely covered head to toe. Rather interesting attire for this time of year, it being hot. Alan himself seems to be quite sweating. Katori could see that his armpits are just completely drenched. And Katori could probably smell something awful, something more toxic and acidic coming out of Alan's pores, actually. Katori, for his part, is, well, he's a bit scruffy. He looks like a Native American, sort of out of his depths, out of his comfort zone. But as these two strange and rather interesting-looking individuals walk on, they don't seem to notice Alan. Alan himself just calling upon the just the scent of everyone, just the scent of all creatures of Gaia to make himself non-circumspect. But we continue on. Alan goes ahead and looks to Katori and I sees he's rather an interesting looking Hamid. He seems to be jangling his keys in front of a department stoop. Okay, dude, thanks for coming out here, man. I kind of need somebody with expert advice on cleaning shit up.
And he seems to be half listening, looking right, left for during most of their way into the city. He doesn't seems to be very comfortable, even if he already went to the city once or twice. This time is different. He seems more sensitive about things, more sensitive about his sense of smell, more sensitive about how he feels about the city. Maybe because, well, things happened during the battle, and that he feels, well, maybe not as unclean physically as Alan, but inside he feels way, way dirty, unclean self.
Will you allow empathy roll on that one?
Oh, you can make it difficulty 4 if you want.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, actually, since this is emotional states, and I won't count the 4.
Well, considering how you saw Kotori being a more kind of a cheerful character, even if he had his more introspective moments, he's brooding. He's brooding. He's well, when you went to get him out of his den, he went out reluctantly until you mentioned what needed to be done and maybe about his favorite cub, and you can see that his emotion seems to be on the two ends of the spectrum. He doesn't seem to know how to express his emotions right now.
Okay. Alan goes ahead and takes a mental note of that. He's got work to do. Goes ahead and slides in the key to get into the front doors of the apartment. Goes ahead and lets Katori in.
And Katori just gets in.
Right. There's a few flight of stairs between the internal lobby to the actual apartment, and Alan, for his part, sort of hop skips up, and he looks over to Katori. Is like, hey, Blake, come on, hop it, twice, 2 steps. Come on, let's do it. Come on.
He enters. He enters the apartment.
The actual apartment is actually rather small and rather cramped. As far as I can remember it, there's a very, very small living room, a little den off to the side. The kitchen is actually in that one room as well. So you have the kitchen, the living room, couches, and the like, small little work den on the side, and on the other side of the apartment seems to be one single solitary door that would lead into an even more cramped bedroom, which is currently where we have the rather torpor or comatose, whatever term you want to use, Xavier. Ellen goes ahead and opens the door, and Xavier is much as he left him, just sitting on the bed, staring off toward the other side of the wall, not doing much of nothing.
And Kotori is going, once inside the apartment, Kotori is going to change into Lupus, because he feels more comfortable like that. And when he sees Xavier, is Xavier, does he sit on the bed, or is he, just in the same position as he would be by sleeping?
No, he's actually sitting on the bed, and next to him, you can see a very large tome that is leather and metal bound, that has a chain coming up. You can wear it like a bag, like a messenger bag on you. And there is a golden curved sword also laying next to him.
As well as
But
a trash
he's
bag.
completely... Yeah, but he's completely comatose.
And he's wearing...
He doesn't
What is he
seem to-
wearing? What is he wearing?
He is wearing a pink Hello Kitty t-shirt and a pair of jeans.
And Kotori just turns to Alan. So, and he, he's going to sense the worm. And then just for the fun of it, he will probably,
It wouldn't be too hard. It should be lower under difficulty because he has too much of it, both him and his sword.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to make my perception occult. Borg and difficulty, and even if it's reduced to difficulty 5, it would be 3 to 4 success. So yeah,
Well, you'll get that he reeks of worm. He just reeks of worm.
And he turns to Alan. Does Alan sense like the fucking worm too?
Nope. Alan does not sense like the worm.
Okay, so he's going to go. He's going to go to Xavier, and he's going to look at it a little bit, and he's going to whine, trying to get his attention.
He's out. Lights on, but nobody's really home. Been like that for a while, actually, for more than 16 hours. Yeah, that's not good.
Actually, I don't want to sabotage the scene, but technically I think that this revelation will make me want to make a run a prone check.
Fair enough.
And then you will have to comatose people. Okay, I'm going to make a willpower roll. I'm going to think that it's standard difficulty.
Yeah, should be.
And let's see. Okay. He,
Even if it's difficulty 8 or 9, you make it.
yeah, he's like, okay, do it for your cub. Even if you're the den father. So Kotori takes his piece of wood and he's looking around the bed and all, and he said, "Can I?"
Water's in the kitchen.
Yeah, and actually he takes Xavier by one of his clothes, probably by one of his feet, and starts to drag him like, "Come on!"
Like he just comes with you as you pull him off.
Yeah.
Seeing him in the living room. It's got enough space for whatever you want to do.
And bring his sword. It stinks. It stinks too. Xavier, is it the sword or the book?
It's the sword. The book is fine.
Okay. Then he asks Alan to bring the sword.
Alan will go ahead and get a towel and cup the sword with the towel and bring it out to Kotori in the living room. Because I'm not touching that shit.
Oh, you weren't touching that. How clever. How very clever, mister. Okay, so the rite of cleansing is a rite of accord, so it's going to be charisma ritual. So Kotori is going to use the water to start and write on the side of the living room, and as he takes his his wooden stick, he is going to apply it on Xavier, as it's probably going to start hissing and make some nice smoke. Let's see how it goes. 2 success, because it's difficulty 7 for this one. Or no, difficulty 11 depends on the level of taint. So considering that you say it's quite heavy, I'm going to say 7 or more, which I believe is going to be fair enough.
I'm guessing so.
So, taint, okay. Okay, so I think that's good. I think that's good. Oh, must spend any extra on extra thing it needs to cleanse. Okay, so I'm spending 1 gnosis point to do the sword at the same time. So that way, it's done. And yes, as Kotori starts to apply the sticks on Xavier's skin, the smoke is coming black, heavy, hissing almost as if it was a being of its own, hissing as it is dragged away from home, from this body that he has claimed, this Garou that has been tainted. And so does the sword, even if it's a little bit strange that a sword would make such a sound. But yeah, probably the spirit inside is quite happy, so that this taint is getting out of it. And of course, if our beloved ST thinks that we need more rolls, we will make more rolls. So that nothing is left.
By the way,
yep.
Xavier's state right now has nothing to do with his worm taint.
Yeah.
So when you... Okay.
So yeah, you get the spirit, the tainted worm spirit flies out of you, but you still remain your comatose spells. You're still very, very stock still. You're still staring straight outwards.
Mm.
Knock,
And
knock, knock on the door. Okay. Uh, don't move. Points at Katori, still on Lupus. He'll walk over to the door, actually. He won't unchain it, but he'll keep it on the chain, open the door up, put his face like right in that crack, and he sees.
Oh, sorry, he sees Val.
Hey, what's up?
I'm here to see Xavier.
Okay, fair enough. He's not in the best state right now. You know that, right?
That's why I'm here to see him.
Fair enough. Hold on. Be forewarned, we got wolfies in here, so don't worry.
That's fun.
All right. Goes ahead and closes the door, unlatches the chain, opens it up.
You just left someone else outside. What kind of point?
Goes to the door, unchains, unlatches it, opens it back up, because he has to unlatch it. Hey, come
A
in.
young woman will look up at him. She appears to be in her late teens, and she is breathtakingly beautiful. And she has the same eye color that Vale has, and looks very similar to him. It's obvious they're relatives. And she'll just kind of blink at him and say, "Thank you," and walk in.
Yeah, try to find whatever space you can. There's not a lot in here. As you again see the very, very cramped, student, student, should say, dormitory. Very, very, academy. Very, very cheap. Alan will go ahead and close the door behind you afterwards. Clink.
She'll just stand politely by the door. Vale is going to essentially make a beeline right for Xavier. Like, everything else doesn't matter. Where is my friend? And he's
basically,
going to.
what you see now is that Xavier is probably sitting on the couch right now, and Kotori just, sits on him like a big dog would do, and his ears are flattened. He's whining and he's licking Xavier's face, and he seems also to be kind of depressed about this whole affair.
He'll walk over to Katori, and he'll kind of reach out carefully, very slowly, not threateningly, to touch his face.
Neither of them are doing very well right now, but one of them is at least talking.
He'll kind of pet Katori, very more like scratching behind his ears, and just very sweetly and tenderly kind of give him some attention. And then he'll say, Katori, my cousin has never really gotten a chance to interact with or meet a lupus, and she's rather eager to. Would you mind going and letting her... Would you mind introducing yourself to her?
Actually, you can see that as you went, to pet him, he kind of hesitated for a few seconds. Like he was starting to bare his teeth a little bit. But after a few scratching, he starts to actually become a little bit more attuned, and he turns to Alan, because he's not going to morph his voice, because that's kind of using a willpower, and I kind of did that.
Yep.
Is there Is there another kinfolk here?
Looks like a younger one. Looks to be another Fury, Alan says in the first tongue.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, sure. Who am I to refuse a kinfolk seeing a lupus? And he just he whines a little bit, like he's kind of uncomfortable with the attention right now, but. Mm.
What did
So
he
you
do?
could
I'm sorry, I missed that.
basically Kotori hasn't, morphed his throat to speak human tongue. Right now he's speaking Garou tongue to Alan, who makes the translation for Vale, and basically he seems a little bit reluctant, but not entirely against that. He seems a little bit wary at the moment.
She'll, the girl herself. I'm sorry, my throat's really bad right now. The girl herself will actually look at Katori and kind of crouch down a little bit, like get down, and smile an extremely sweet smile, and kind of like stroke the air with her hands, like politely telling him to come to her. I'm gonna make a roll for her. I guess that would be what? Charisma expression, I guess?
Yeah, if you got animal kin.
Mm,
Oh, she has animal kin, actually.
There you go. Talking to your wolf heart.
Can she add her pure breed to that? She can add her pure breed, technically, right?
I don't know.
technically, pure breed can be used for social interaction with the Garou. So technically,
Okay.
you can add it to the social role.
Okay. Now here's a question. Do you
Mhm.
find females attractive?
He's lupus. Does that answer
Yeah, that
your
doesn't mean you have to
question?
find women attractive.
Well, the thing is, he will know that something seems physically nice, but he's not going to go like, "I want to bang that."
She has animal magnetism, that's why.
Oh, okay. Okay, then he's going to be very
Two.
confused. I might want to bang that.
Okay, then hold on. If her animal magnetism works into it, then she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
God damn it, kinfolk. Let's
I thought the
just.
story.
Okay, we'll check. We'll roll with it. If animal magnetism actually works on lupus. But let's go with it.
I think animal magnetism works stronger on lupus damn near.
Yeah, that would make more sense. But
Yeah, it's
know,
animal magnetism. So.
as she waves like for him to come near, he's looking at her rather intensely, and his expression changed like in a millisecond, and he just snaps. He snaps his jaws, uh, very aggressively at the jester. Uh, before letting it sink in a little bit, as well, pretty much anyone who wants to make a empathy roll if they want, or not, because I think it's pretty apparent that he's conflicted about his own emotion right now and how he should react to that. But there seems to be something that draws him a little bit, and before he moves, he kind of looked back at Xavier, like he doesn't really want to move from where he is, and he just
Through
as you get out.
Garu, young Alan says he's not going anywhere. Don't worry.
And he gets out of the couch and goes to see the kinfolk, but staying, at arm's reach and looking at her with kind of a sad look on his face, a melancholic look, but also with curiosity in his eyes, like there is something that draws him to this girl.
She'll basically just sit down and proceed to watch Katori and like engage with him in more of kind of a less human way and in more of just kind of a as though she's trying to understand him and watch him. She's very observant, he can tell. And she's basically just kind of serenely sitting there and taking him in. But Vale is going to, while she's doing that, Vale is going to go to Xavier, and he's going to do something that were this not his like dearest personal, but he's going to basically get in front of him, and he's going to pick his hands up in his hands, and he's going to get basically eye level with him and look into his face. And not force him to make eye contact, do nothing. He's not even getting in his face. He's just getting face level with him.
Okay, so Xavier doesn't respond to anything. He's just because you lowered yourself to his level of vision, it seems like he's looking at Whale. But Whale can easily see that his gaze is completely empty.
He's going to say, Xavier, I know your mind is 1,000 miles away right now. And if what we saw yesterday, if I had seen that too, I would be 1,000,000 miles away too. Begin to express to you how sorry I am that we had to see that, and what your family was put through, and what you've gone through. He'll kind of touch his hair gently, very friendly. He'll say, I miss my friend being here. I miss being able to talk to you, bullshit text, kick back, have a beer. But I also know right now that you're... He'll take a deep breath and he'll say, you're lost. And I know that it's going to take time for you to come back to us and to remember that though you've lost much, just as Leah and I were there for you yesterday, we're always here for you. And we will always be here for you to help guide you back to the light. I care so much for you, my friend, and I miss you. And as he's talking, he's basically going to make a charisma expression roll to help to kind of... And expression... and then, Pure Breed can get added to that because it's social. So hold on. I gotta get it right. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how many points this is because it's a fucking lot. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna spin a willpower point because this is really fucking important. Which is good because that negated that 1. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
I think it's
You see
more
that
than
roll
that.
count?
Is that a 7?
That's a 7, yes.
1?
And there's a 6 if you want to say it's down at 6. That would be like 7 successes.
I think it's standard difficulty. Is it, Austin?
Fancy, why
It's
would it be higher?
entirely up to you, technically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if it's a difficulty 9, that's still 3 successes. No, 4.
Well, I'm guessing it's standard difficulty at this point.
Yeah, that'd be 7 successes then.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, he'll say, he'll kind of sigh softly. And he'll say, I don't know what we need to do to bring you back, but I can tell you I sure like hell miss you. You're my best friend, Xavier. And I need you as much as you need me right now, so I'm not going anywhere. And I'll stay by your side while you deal with this. And I'll kind of squeeze his hands.
Well, I'm sorry, you got nothing from Xavier.
Maybe just a tiny. Maybe if you look at his eyes, you can see that in the depth of it, you might see a little shiny thing that makes you think that maybe he registered that, but you get no answer because he's a cold, hard guy when he's in catatonic state. How does the kinfolk react? As I said in the chat, because Kotori is going to try to lick her teeth.
Her what? Or her cheek?
Her teeth to greet her.
Oh, her teeth?
Way.
Whatever, have fun. She'll let him.
Okay.
In
But-
Wolf, in Garu tongue. Well, good thing you're not a Hamid, otherwise people might get jealous.
The girl will actually she'll kind of pull back giggling from Katori after a bit. And she'll say, can I just, if you don't mind.
No, you
Would you
cannot ride
decide-
him.
What?
What did you say?
No, you can't ride him, little girl. Jesus.
I don't want to ride him.
Every single
Rude.
time. I see this like a million times. Little girl walks into the apartment, finds a big old lupus, and the instant she sees it, it's like, I want to ride that. You can't ride that.
Well, certainly not like that. She'll stand up and brush her clothes off. And she'll say, can I borrow him? She'll kind of point at
To
Xavier.
ride?
No, we just met. You know how rude that would be? She'll walk
So you
over
only
to
ride
him.
in the second meeting, is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I am a Bacchus, of course. Don't you know we'll be married by next week? And Xavier will just, oh, you didn't go there. And she'll blow a kiss at him. And
Who are you saying you want to borrow?
I want to borrow, and she'll walk up to Xavier and take his hands in hers and go, him, can I borrow him for a moment, please? I'll bring him back. I think I can help him.
He's not going anywhere outside of this apartment.
Yeah, and Kotori actually, even if
No,
he has
I'm just gonna take
reacted-
him over there. She'll point at like the bedroom, and she'll go, I'm just taking him over there. I just need to talk to him privately.
Keep the door
And
open
far left.
ajar.
I'll keep the door open ajar, that's fine. But yes, she will kind of gently lead Xavier.
She can actually see that Kotori is watching her very closely, and he has a way more aggressive stance, and he's having a very low growl, like a warning. But she can easily understand that it's a warning.
It's fine. She'll take Xavier into the bedroom, and I don't know how to do this. John, should I just like?
So to perform
wanna, like-
CPR,
I want
you
to do a
will
side
need.
scene. You just want to like.
The scene will not
Hold on a
fade to
second.
black.
No, it's not fading to black at all, actually.
What do you want to do?
I'm typing right now. You just want to say that she does that?
Oh, Oh, okay. You can say that.
Like, she can do that here.
Okay, if you want to.
Okay. She'll just basically, like, she'll just kind of sit next to him and lean into his ear, and she'll do that. Like, very, very softly and, like, sweetly. Do you want me to roll for it, or do you just want to, like, take it at that? It's up to you, John. It's your character.
Well, I'm fine with both.
John,
Do
can you
whichever
hear me?
one. Do the. Yeah.
Okay. I can roll it if you want.
If you want to, I mean, if you want to roll for it, roll for it. If you don't, if you're just going to do it, do it. You don't really have to roll for it.
I mean, I can.
Your choice.
I'm rolling her highest dice pool right now, so this is literally the highest thing this girl has to go. So, yeah, that's a lot of successes. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if her animal
Okay.
magnetism works on you. 9, actually, if her animal magnetism works on you.
Yeah, I think it does.
I'm pretty sure it does.
You have to be conscious of the fact. It depends on how you want to define your comatose state.
Oh no. If he needs to be conscious, then no. So,
Can I have my dressing?
Xavier
Yeah.
just still sits looking at the wall in front of him, and after she's done singing, without turning his head or without turning his eyes, he will just say in a very, very voice, I know that song.
Do you?
But it's like, it's hardly audible.
She'll smile.
Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to try and see if Kotori hears that. Because if he hears Xavier talk, he's going
Yeah.
to burst into his room. Like, wow! So, perception.
Wow, you got me exactly what I wanted for Christmas!
I'm going to say perception alertness.
Don't fuck with me, man. I will fix it.
No, he doesn't hear it.
And by the way, after saying that, no more response from Xavier.
Yeah, you're lucky you got like 3 words.
She'll skip out happily. Big smile on her face. Like, yay! And then she'll go sit down by Kotori again.
While this is happening, Kotori is speaking with Alan with a very serious face, and he says, "We need to talk."
Yeah, about what?
About what happened during the battle between us and the Storm Eater.
We can do that. We can do that just as soon as that cub is all taken care of. You got the taint off, right?
Yes.
Okay. I need him babysat for a while. Hold on a second.
Vale will raise his hand and he'll say, I'll watch him.
Would you?
Of course. I can bring him
Alright.
home.
Do me a favor. Bring him over to... Actually, the tree houses aren't there anymore. Ah, crap.
Why don't you just let him come to my house?
Nah.
It's guarded.
Nah.
It'll be easier on me. Come on, please.
Nah.
Why
When
not?
Xavier gets over what he's getting over, he's grounded until, like, Friday, if he's even out of there by then.
For what?
Snuck out. Got some people in trouble. Committed
What
arson.
did he get in trouble?
Committed
On
arson.
my behalf. I told him to.
Right, then if you
You
want to go
grab
ahead and
me,
take
too?
the entirety of that blame, I will not allowing you to see him anymore. Drive him over to the
Do
sept.
you really want to do that?
Drive him over to the sept. And
Guys?
trust him to somebody else there.
Guys,
There.
perception alertness roll, please. Difficulty 7.
Pretty successful, Katori.
on, give me a second.
Heightened senses.
Is that you making such a wonderful fapping noise?
It is.
I'm sorry. You're shaking your thing. You're shaking your salad. Made it sound like you were fapping. You were fapping.
Oh, no.
It's my husband. He's eating a salad. He shook it.
I'm tossing my salad.
He was tossing a salad. Yes.
Oh, that's one hell of a salad.
Yeah, for Rose, amazing salad. Look, I'm sweating. I need a cigarette.
I am talented enough.
Okay, so
So, what do we
Oh,
hear?
well,
has 1 success, Whale has 1 success, and Kotori, you had how many?
3.
3. So, Ellen, as
I'm
soon
ready.
as you say you'll see him, you and Whale will hear a sound coming from the bedroom. It's like a whisper. You cannot make out what it is. It's very silent, but Kotori, you
Mhm.
can swear you just heard Xavier saying no.
Mhm. And he just looks at both of them, and he says, one of the cubs says no, and he just
Doesn't get a choice.
Alan,
mm,
I'm going to put this simply as I can. I respect you. I respect you as den father. I respect you as a man. Hell, I respect you as a possible member of my family in the future. But if you cut me off from Xavier, I don't know what I'd do at that point. I don't know what length I would go to or who I would go over your head to get to, including Leah, by the way, in order to get back to the person I consider my best friend.
Then you will respect my decision to keep him grounded in the sept. He needs the guidance of older Garu at the moment.
And there are older Garu who are at my home. Have you forgotten that? And there's also Dr. Mega, who is living with me at the moment. And my father, who has been involved in the nation his entire life, far longer than you have.
Wow.
Oh, and Callie.
Wow. Okay, fair enough. You speak of Cowley. She is a foster and she is an older sister. Yes. You speak of Mega. He is a kinfolk, very experienced. Yes. But he is grounded to the sept. He must remain at the sept. He committed arson. He potentially caused more attention towards us than I am comfortable with, and I am not barring him from interacting with you. In fact, I see that you are quite a good influence on him. You and your little sister there, or your niece, whatever it may be. I am not barring you from him. I am simply saying that from now, until I deem it necessary, he will remain on separate grounds.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a Philodox?
I'm Galliard.
Then why do you presume to do their job? You're charging him with a crime and holding him against it. I had a rather long talk with Andre not too long ago about how each role in Gaia's place, specific purpose. You don't know why he committed arson. You don't know what he did
I
it for.
am responsible for him.
You are
I am
responsible for
responsible
him, but you're
for-
passing a judgment upon him
I am
without taking it to the film.
Fine, we will go ahead and then take it to the Philodox. He will say
Why
that
have it
he will say
escalate
might
that
do
badly?
restrict his movements for now.
Well, if they find it worthy of restricting.
And Kotori will just, looks at both of you arguing, and at some point he just snaps and say, whatever. He is then father. He is then father. He has right. You have right. We all have rights. I don't care. And he just, he goes to the room where Xavier is, and he just gets his head out, and he looks at Alan and say, by the way, where he's going, I'm going. That's final. And he just hops into the bed on Xavier.
Xavier is a very, very popular cub. I understand that.
I respect your judgment. I think it's wrong. That's fine. I'll stand by it. I'll stay at the Sept until he's free to leave. You say he's there until Friday? Then I'm there until Friday.
He is there until Friday, at which point he will take it upon himself, if he is able to, a cleanup effort to be organized. If he is not able to, if he is still in a catatonic state, then you are free to take him. If he is still in a catatonic state, by Friday, then he is yours. He is yours to try to fix, to bring back to the light.
Why
If
waste precious days when I can fix him now? You're wasting time. You're wiser than this, Alan. Please.
Time is what is needed, and time is what is required right now. Jumping off into danger without the proper teachings leads you to make terrible, terrible mistakes.
Yes, but what
Believe
you're doing
me.
right now will not teach him to... It won't teach him a proper lesson in learning that. All you're doing right now is punishing him for the sake of punishing. But there's no lesson in this right now. He needs help. He needs to be surrounded by love and family. He just watched his cousin die in the most horrific way I can think. Putting him to the Sept? The Sept is... I love our Sept, but we are fresh from a war. And it is a bit dramatic right now. His mental state is sensitive. That's why I want him around A, medical doctor, B, a nurse, pointing at Amara, and C, an older Garu. Alan, respectfully, what rank are you?
Cleoth.
Callie is a Fostern among the people.
Then a Fostern can come and correct my decision making.
Do you really want
Coming
do you really want your girlfriend's sister coming and correcting you? That's not going to happen.
Coming from the room. I'm a Foster! And
Katori, what if
he
Katori
speaks a
came and
little
stayed
strong.
too? If Katori agreed to come and stay at my house, would you agree to this? Please, Alan, I beg you.
In the state he is in right now, I do not wish him wandering around the city anymore. In the state he is in right now, the mistakes that he has made, I do not want him going on any more missions. Is that understood?
I swear to you, he will stay at my house and nowhere else. I'll stay home if I have to.
Let him recover. Let him recover physically. Let him recover mentally. Let him recover emotionally. But there will be a period of time where he is not to be moved. There is a period of time where he will sit and he will reflect on the mistakes that he has made.
So
that
will
clear?
you let him? Yes. Will you let me take him to my house now?
I put him under your charge then.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Honored elder, I respect
He goes ahead and nods.
you. He lets off this just melt relief. And he'll kind of poke his head in the bedroom. Amara will give Alan a sweet smile. And she'll say, I got him to talk. And he'll go into the room and he'll say, Katori, would you be willing if I brought Xavier home now to stay at my house with me? To help me watch over him?
And you see that he is, when you talk about home, he doesn't seems to very much like it, but it's just for like very short window, and he looks at Alan. Well, no, he starts to shapeshift into hermit form very slowly. Of course, getting off Xavier, because if he got into Krynos, he will crash.
Oh, yeah.
But as he gets into hermit and he just starts to stretch his muscle, Wickup said he wanted to be in my pack. I watched him grow among the Den Mother and the Den Father. Wherever he's going, I'm going, and that's final.
Well then, you are very welcome in my den.
I do not disallow this. So far as both you yourself, Katori, follows the arrangements not to take him anywhere or to take him on any more adventures, at least for a while.
He rests,
I will
and then
stay home.
he will come back to the Sept, and you will do as your role is supposed to do.
Val. Val.
Did you call my name or say well?
Well, yes, I said Val.
And I will make sure that the deal is respected.
Mm-hmm. Val, carry my words to Callie. Ask her to respect them. And if she finds it in misjudgment, if she finds it ill-advised or without wisdom, tell her to come to me.
I will.
He is cleansed of taint. He is charged in your care. You may take him.
He'll grab his arm, like gently, very carefully, and lock arm in arm with him and help him up. And I'll say, come on, Xavier, we're going home. And he'll kind of guide him and say, Katori, do you need anything before we go to my home? It's across town.
No, I have everything that I need, and maybe
Also,
I will get back into the Sept to hunt something down or anything. I'll see. I'm just going to follow you, and I'll see.
Katori, how do you feel about cats?
What?
How do you feel about cats?
They're animals.
But you wouldn't attack one, right? Or have a problem with one?
Well, I might have to teach him a lesson if he thinks that he can take on me. Because that would be suicidal. And I would have to teach him a lesson.
I don't think Nova's going to go toe-to-toe with you. I just think he's going to stare down at you with disdain and wondering what you're doing in his house. But that's just me.
Mm. Yes, sure. Cats can be interesting creatures. I heard.
Okay.
By the way, while
Okay.
walks Xavier out of the bedroom, Alan, will you take a look at Xavier?
Sure. I'm curious.
Like,
Okay.
no, I don't want to.
I was like, no, I don't want to see the cub. I want to smash him open. In fact, I am so full of rage at your sad again that I must bash you.
Okay, so just for a second, you can swear that he was looking at you directly. And if you look back at him, you can see a faint feeling of gratitude in his eyes.
In the wolf tongue to Katori, that one is a rebellious one through and through.
Mm. Yeah, I know that's. There's a reason we named him first Realdic. But he's growing to learn. He just needs something to focus on, and I just hope that my pack and Uktena guidance will be able to direct his more rebellious side.
Your pack. We will talk about your pack. There's a hunt that will be going on. Follow me through the moon bridge, and we will hunt and we will talk.
And you can see that he's getting real tense, and he just looks you straight in the eye, and he's just his even if his human appearance can't make him show his teeth as a wolf would. It's pretty easy to interpret, and yes, I know that. We'll talk about that.
Later.
We have to. I will see you later, Salvatore. And he just gets out of the apartment. Not before actually, probably kicking something out of his way.
I imagine there's a little trash bin actually
Yeah.
next to the door. Clink. Oh. A little yogurt cup flies out of it. Damn it. If y'all are exiting the apartment, I can go ahead and wrap things up.
Sure.
All right.
Please do.
The duo of kinfolk and the duo of Garu go ahead and leave the apartment, going to ferry themselves across the city, ferry themselves to a place of hopefully relaxation, of hopefully some recovery, both spiritual and mental, leaving Alan to himself in the apartment. He goes ahead and sets the little trash bin up, goes ahead and throws the yogurt cup back inside, walks over to the refrigerator, sees that there is only but one cup, and goes ahead and grimaces to himself, takes it out of his pocket. No, fuck it. He'll just leave. He'll take a water bottle, though. He'll take the water bottle, and go ahead and jingle-jangle his spare keys. Make sure that everything's mostly in order, turn things off, clean up the little ritual that happened, the water, the burning stick, covered up, thrown away. And goes ahead and closes the apartment door behind him, covers himself back up in the hoodie and the rose-tinted glasses and the scarf again. Too warm for summer. Again, he begins to sweat quite profusely again, but we all still wear some scars from our fight and from the world. And there, ladies and gentlemen, with that open and festering wound, we go ahead and bring the scene to a close. Thank you, everybody, for watching.